Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time of day you are listening to this. So I don't know what I was doing. I don't know if I was watching a video or reading something on, I don't know, Google, whatever it is where things come up, you read, I don't know, whatever. But anyhow, something said, oh no, I was watching a video and someone said they're going to make a tossed salad. And I jokingly said, what's the difference between a tossed salad and a regular salad? And I thought, Then I started thinking for a minute. I know where but it isn't really tossed, but kind of reminds me of what I would think would be tossed. And I couldn't think of the restaurant right away because we hardly have any restaurants left, along with no mall. Everything's closing, yet new places are opening. Like, I don't know, they closed everything we had. They closed Olive Garden, they closed, I don't even know what the name was, never been in there, Wild Wings or something Wings. And then they opened a different place, not in the same building, something to do with wings also. Then we have a Shake Shack, don't know what that is. Then my favorite Panera, where I usually get gift cards for Christmas and then all year round. My son and I get to have Panera. They moved the Panera, which was a nice big Panera close to the mall that no longer exists, over to another location, not far, but the old building is here. So we are a town of old buildings that stay there. They had a moratorium, I think it's called, or something, that for every building that still stands, they can only open, let's say, one new building. I don't know, something like that. I'm not really into that, but I remember hearing it back in the day when I watched the news. But I don't think that's true. We have so many buildings that stand. I remember we had a store called, I think it's called Circuit City, something City. It was like electronics. That's been gone, oh my gosh, maybe 15 years, I don't know. Eyesore, a lot of eyesores. I don't think they should allow them to build new buildings. Oh yeah, we had something called, what was it called? They had it in a building, and then they had it in a red box. I don't know. Well, it's where you rent, oh my God, it's been gone so long I don't remember it. Where you rent, maybe it was even VCRs then, I don't know, VCR. There's those rectangle boxes you put in, and it used to be Beta, I think, something like that, or something. Does anyone know what I'm talking about? Anyhow, and then it went on to the round things, which I think are DVDs. Yes, CDs, I think I'm using. DVDs, and you would rent it. It's on the tip of my tongue. Well, it's going to stay on the tip of my tongue. Anyhow, that was closed so long ago that I guess they have dead birds and God knows what in there. But in that little strip mall, they have I believe they built on one building, but it's basically there's not much there. A bank used to be there, that closed maybe 20 years ago. And there was a shop where you give your pictures, like, I don't know where they have these kind of cameras where you take out something and give it to them and then they make pictures off of them. I don't know what it is. A camera, and it has either a roll. Yeah, I think it's a roll. It's in a cartridge box thing, metal something. I don't know, I looked it up. But anyhow, so you take pictures and then you advance the camera, or it advances itself, and then you take this little metal thing out that has the film in it, and you bring it there and they will process it into pictures for you. That was long ago. But anyhow, that's been gone forever. They had a diner there. I went there once, I remember. I don't want to talk about it because there were memories that I thought were happy, but apparently they weren't. They were lies. But anyhow, then they had like weird stuff, like they had a golf store. Our town is not high class, so I highly doubt people would go to a golf supply store. But the next town over, which is stone's throw away, is the bougie people who have money, so maybe that's why they made it there, because it's close enough, and then they don't have to pay high taxes, and then the bougie people can get their expensive stuff a little cheaper, and then it makes the taxes cheaper. I don't know, I'm just trying whatever. I don't know what I started talking about, because, and using this rented tablet, I can't go back and remember what I started talking about. See, I should write things down. Let's see. But anyhow, we got onto that. Basically, we have no malls, no stores. Now they're talking about closing some drugstores. I don't know. Oh yeah, I was talking about salad. So anyhow, in a video they were talking about making a tossed salad. And I'm like, what the heck is a tossed salad? As opposed to what? A regular salad? So I looked it up. I look everything up. I'm that person that, I don't know if you are. If I don't know what it is, I look it up. I don't know. It says you're supposed to be smarter when you do that. I know actually you're smarter, but you have, you know more things. Like if someone says, I never heard of a tossed salad, I could ring in and say, well, a tossed salad is... Okay, so a tossed salad is what made me think Olive Garden. So you can have like soup and salad. So they will bring out like a... And that's called something else, but I didn't think to look it up. Family style, they used to call it, or so I don't know. I was reading something a while ago, and they said they used to make family style salads. I don't know. Let's just forget that because I don't know I should have looked it up, but I didn't think of it till now. But yeah. So tossed salad is kind of that. So they just like throw the stuff in, which is usually at Olive Garden. It was a salad with, I remember they had onions, because I remember the kids liked salad, but they didn't like the onions. They had, I think, a peppercini, because I remember saying, don't put that in, because nobody liked that. Ugh, who likes that? Nobody. Well, if you don't like spicy stuff. Maybe they had a few tomatoes. They always asked, do you want cheese? I remember they had this cheese thing. You turn it, and it's too hard to explain, but if you're in Olive Garden, you know what I mean. And then they had their house dressing on it. But I don't believe they tossed it. Doesn't mean like you throw it in there. That's not the toss they're talking about. So then when you get it, you have one of those salad things that you, well, if you know what a salad thing is, you know what I'm talking about. But anyhow, maybe back in the day they used like a spoon and a fork, but this is like a plastic spoon and fork, but bigger, hooked together. I don't know if the dollar store might have them. I don't know. I don't know what they're called. We never had them when I grew up. But anyhow, so then you sort of toss the salad, and so that would be a tossed salad. So as I looked it up, I put in, how is a tossed, first I looked up what a tossed salad was, and then I said, how is a tossed salad different than a regular salad, or a salad? I don't know what I typed in, but anyhow, it said that the other salad is called a composed salad. So first I think, what does composed mean? When you're composed, you're like, well, not like me when I'm talking about something, because composed would mean I would write everything down in order, in a list, I have it all there, but I do it off the cuff. I think it's better off the cuff. But anyhow, it may make the video go longer because, you're just thinking, remembering what you want to talk about. But anyhow, so this would be a salad that was like in order, I would think. So I don't look up the definition first. I think myself, what would this mean? I take it apart. Composed and salad. So this is a composed salad. What would be a composed person? Or a composition book, right? What do you put in there? Your thoughts. So in order. So it seemed to me order. It had to be something that was like set up nicely, So like I said, if I wrote everything down, the vlog would kind of flow, right? I just prefer these kind. It's like more natural. Off the cuff, but it's just, I don't know. I like more natural. But anyhow, so I thought it must be some kind of salad that obviously is not tossed, because otherwise why would they call something a tossed salad? So there's tossed salad and composed. So I figure composed salad must be, it's like kind of orderly, in order, like you could see everything there, like how many likes will I say? A tossed salad, we didn't always see the onions at first. And we went there, we used to go there for my birthday, but then we started going to Red Lobster. My mom took us, that was in my first marriage. I think later on we went to Olive Garden. We always would go out for everyone's birthday. Well, that was in my first marriage. But anyhow, that doesn't matter. But anyhow, we didn't always see the onion because it might have been on the bottom. But luckily, we saw that pepperoni. That is really spicy. None of us are into spice. But anyhow, that kind of, I mean, we like spices, but not some hot. So anyhow, so a tossed salad kind of hides the things, and composed must be something where you look at your composed salad and you can see everything that's in your composed salad. So I figured that must be a normal salad, the only salad I thought there was until I learned a tossed salad. I don't know if I remember hearing the word tossed salad ever. Like, you know, you have a gathering and everyone brings something. I don't remember anyone ever saying, I'm bringing a tossed salad. Just a salad. So I don't know. Did you ever hear that word, tossed salad? But anyhow, so then I looked it up, and it basically says it's like a presentation. Everything is placed so it's aesthetically pleasing. Now, I happen to know the word aesthetic. Probably I looked it up once. Maybe when I was a kid, knowing me. But anyhow, so that must be the salad that you ordered. But it's not. It is not. They said it is not a Caesar salad, because the Caesar salad is considered to be tossed salad. I'm not sure why, because I like Caesar salad, and I remember once being somewhere back in my first marriage, which was long ago since I've been to a restaurant. But I remember seeing the, I think it's Parmesan cheese, but it's not the one which you put on your spaghetti. It's the one that is in pieces, and it's like kind of harder. Like if you grated like cheddar, it would be not as hard as this. Is maybe Parmesan Reggiano, Parmesan Reggiano. I don't know. It's a hard. You can buy it like shredded in the store part where the cheeses are, or you could get it and it's hard. It's really hard. Like I think mostly Italian people, they save the end. Like you might have a little cheese left and you got an end, and they'll throw it into soups, and it makes it really delicious. And then of course you take it out before you serve the soup. Just like people put bay leaves in soup. I haven't done that. Back in my first marriage I did, but I haven't since. I don't know why. But anyhow, so it's aesthetically arranged, so it's like a work of art. So you have. And again, it's been so long since I've been to a restaurant where you'd have like an appetizer, which a soup or salad may be a choice. So I don't remember, do they really put it so it's aesthetically pleasing to your eyes? I don't know. I've been to places where they take like, it almost looks like a corner or a quarter or an eighth of a salad, just chopped a chunk. And then they have like tomatoes next to it and whatever else they put. Personally, I wouldn't like that. I don't like that. I like my salad, you know, ready to eat. So it's, I don't know, I've seen them in the store. Maybe those are composed salads. I'm sure they don't write composed. But it's kind of like you put the salad down first, and then you put maybe the cucumbers and tomatoes. And I wouldn't put onions in my salad, but some people like them. And, you know, and then maybe they top it with whatever. Some people like cheese, their salad, or chicken, and they just, I would assume they would have the dressing on the side. Yeah, I think that's what it composed. I didn't look deeper into it. Maybe they have the dressing on. I don't think so. I'm thinking because then they'll be too close to a tossed salad. So how did I get, oh yeah, I was watching a video. So anyhow, there's tossed salad and composed salad. So I would think when you're at home having dinner, Well, you'd all have to like the same dressing, right? Because if you can't put like, different, like ranch and homemade or ranch and oil and vinegar. I think it started with like it's oil and vinegar. I believe I read that too, but I'm not sure. Don't quote me. So anyhow, did you live in the age of someone would say, you sign up on a list, you're going to a gathering, and you're bringing a tossed salad. But more importantly, have you ever heard, was this way back in, I don't know, I don't think anyone's, according to my analytics, old enough. Well, I don't know. You'd be quite old if you lived during the Depression. That was in 1929, I think. I don't know. Long ago. But anyhow, maybe, I don't know. Long ago. Did you ever hear the word composed salad? I think that's something they just had to put because they had to have something else to name a regular salad. I think in a restaurant it's called a side salad. Or you could order a full salad, I suppose, but it's probably not called a full salad. But anyhow, we're having an education today on salads, apparently. So, anyhow, so now that I explained it, would you prefer a tossed salad or a composed salad? That's kind of funny. Like a tossed salad is like a party. It sounds like, ooh, it's all wild. We're tossing the salad. We're just going to mix it all up. We don't know what's in there. Like go to a mixer. I don't know what it is, but I remember hearing someone say a mixer. I think that's where you go and you mix, like people, they don't know each other. Or you go to a party. I guess that could be a mixer. Like people used to have people at their house. And, you may not know other people, like you all have the same friend, but you're not friends. I don't know. I veered off. I'm just trying to do an analogy, but it wasn't a good one. And a composed salad or a composed party would probably be a group of friends that know each other. I don't know. Forget that second part. I don't know. I was just trying to make an analogy. But anyhow, the times that I used to go, my cousin used to bring us to, he would bring me to Red Lobster, and so we'd first go and do stuff with the kids and him and I, and then we'd usually go to Olive Garden with the kids because it's more more things that they would like, and then we drop the kids off, and then later in the evening, or I drop him. He used to stay at a hotel. Sometimes he stayed at our house, but he usually stayed at a hotel. And then I'd go home and I'd get dressed up and he'd get dressed up. He says he wanted to bring me somewhere where I could get dressed up, and because he says you must never get a chance to dress up, taking care of all those millions of kids you had. Well, not exactly a million. I don't think he said that, but he said all your kids. So he put on a suit and tie, and I got dressed in my dress, probably the only dress I owned, because when you're a stay-at-home mom, you don't have any reason to wear a dress. And I wore my high heels, and it was nice. It was nice. Like he took me out for a nice evening. And I would pick him up always because he says, do you mind picking me up? He could walk there. It was right across the street. But he always he liked his beer. And he wanted to have a few beers. And, he was very careful not to drive when he drank. He didn't drink a lot, but he liked his beer. So I said, no problem. I don't drink. And he always tried to get me. He says, just get a drink. And I think one time I did. It's probably one of those, those drinks that you can get non-alcoholic. I don't know what they're called. It's been so long since I've been to the Olive Garden. I have no clue. But anyhow, I think I had a drink once. We drank both our birthdays, but he was here in the summer. I don't know. Anyhow, he would always say, well, get one of the drinks, those fancy drinks, and get it without alcohol. Get something that you wouldn't, like, we didn't go out a lot with the kids, but, we went, usually Christmas Eve we went out. No, New Year's Eve, not Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve we were always at church. New Year's Eve, usually Olive Garden. But anyhow, he says, have something that you wouldn't have. So I would have those, I don't even know what they're called, Bahama Mama or something Hurricane or Virgin Strawberry Daiquiri, something like that. But no, what's that? Pina Colada, that's my favorite. Virgin, of course, no alcohol. That means no alcohol. I love pina coladas. I love the Pina Colada song. Have you heard that? It's about two people that seems they were together. I don't know if they're married. You could look it up, the song. It's a real funny song, but it is about cheating, sort of. which really hurts my heart. But anyhow, so two people that were together, married or just together, living together, and, you know, it probably got stale, and they both put in a personal ad, and it says, do you like pina coladas, walking in the rain, something. I used to know it by heart, but then when my life now got turned upside down, my heart broken a million pieces, I can't even listen to the songs. I haven't heard it in a long time because it really hurts my heart. But anyhow, it's basically about cheating. So these two people who were together and then weren't, and put in a personal ad, which I don't know if they even have them. I remember years ago, long ago, I don't know how long ago, they used to have personal ads in the paper. It's funny to read them. Actually, I should tell you, that'll be another video. It's getting too long. I'm going to tell you. Someone remind me here about personal ads. I didn't write it, but it's just something that was funny. But anyhow, okay. And then they ended up meeting, and it was the two of them, and then they're like rekindled. Like, why don't we still do this stuff, you know? I don't know. I can't talk anymore because my heart hurts too much when I talk about things like that. But anyhow, there you go. The difference between a tossed salad and a composed salad. So, are you a tossed salad person that you eat or make at home, or a composed salad person? Again, I don't think they called composed. I think you would just called, we're having a salad. I would think at home, I don't know, it depends. I'd say it's probably half and half. It's not 100%. I think some people, probably with big families, but I had a big family and we didn't, I don't remember. We might have had a tossed salad. Like, we had a bowl of salad with all the fixings, so it wasn't composed, and then they put on their plates, so it wasn't composed. Maybe like on a holiday, if we had someone over, maybe I made, separate salads and then a bunch of dressings around the table. But I know if we had someone over, it was never a tossed salad because, even if you leave the dressing out, I guess I did put it aesthetically pleasing. I don't know. Who cares? Does anyone care? No, not really. I just thought it was funny. I went to look up a tossed salad and led me to a whole vlog. So there you are. You got educated on 2 types of salads. And remind me about the personal ad thing. I didn't put one out. I didn't answer one, but it's something really funny. I found it amusing. Okay, so that is that. I should have like 1 day a week. Education. There's no day of the week that begins with a E. Well, I don't know. Just an idea for me, and I just put out there. I could say, would you like that? But you don't comment, so I don't know what you like. Anyhow, haha. Hint, hint. Okay, whatever. So, don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know when I put out videos, and share my videos, because then maybe more people will subscribe, and there's so many people who watch my videos who are not subscribed. So subscribe, it's free, just press subscribe, press like, hit me up with a comment. It'd be nice, it's like getting a letter in the mail. It's nice, I feel like I'm talking to people, not just putting this out into air. But anyhow, be kind to people. You don't know what they're going through. Pay it forward if you can, and be the reason someone smiles today. It will make you both feel good. So for now, a hug to all of you, and I have so much in my brain right now, you would have no idea. A hug to all of you, and oh yeah, toodles. And now we sit and wait for this. Someone let me borrow their tablet, and it just doesn't shut off all of a sudden. It just doesn't shut off, so I'm here. I don't know if you're still with me, but I just talk while I'm waiting and waiting, and I wait and wait, and then it just randomly shuts off.